Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Chautauqua Sunrise is made possible by a grant from Fredonia Place, a continuing care retirement community providing dignity in a modern luxury environment. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown, Dunkirk, and Westfield, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County.
The Chautauqua Center.
Are you looking for affordable medical, dental, or counseling services? The Chautauqua Center is always accepting new patients at their Jamestown and Dunkirk locations. They offer discounted prescriptions and accept all insurances. From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Doc Hamels, and welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. Whoo-wee! Indian summer. It's got to be, right? This has been unbelievable weather this weekend already. I hope you're getting out there and enjoying the beautiful fall colors. It's pretty spectacular. I think they're saying this weekend and through the following week are like going to be the highlight, the high season for the trees and so forth. Just spectacular. And I guess today and tomorrow is going to be really nice weather. Yesterday was pretty nice. A little windy, but not bad. So glad you could join us. We have a really interesting and jam-packed show today for you. I got 3 guests waiting to come on the show here at various junctures, and I think you're going to find everything really interesting and of use to you. So please stay tuned. Want to say good morning to all of you that are watching live. I want to say good afternoon to and good evening wherever you are in the world, because we are streaming live. And I know in Europe it's early afternoon, and wherever in Asia you're probably into dinner time. So thanks for joining us, and do drop a note or like the show, and we'll check out where you're from. During the show, as you know, it's a live show here, and if you want to leave us a comment, a question for my guest or myself, 716-753-5225. Happy to hear from you. And remember, if your club or organization is having an event, you can email us during the week, and then they put it on these yellow pieces of paper here, and then we announce them free of charge. Happy to do it. If for some reason you forgot, oh my God, I forgot to do that, give us a call at that number, and they'll relay the information to me somehow or another, and we'll get it to you. Okay, so don't be shy. Glad to do it. That's what we're all about here. Okay, couple things I want to share with you before I get into the general announcements. Oh yeah, this one's important. I mentioned it last week, and I'll mention it probably the next couple of weeks. Just a reminder, this is grape season in this part of the county. Please be aware of the farmers that are bringing in their harvest. Now, they're doing the very best they can to be safe, but you got to remember, they're zooming around. They're on bobcats and skidsters and semis, and they got their trailers full of grapes, and they're coming and going all hours of the day. And the reason why I mention it, traffic might be a little bit heavier than you're used to on 5 and 20 in the side roads. So just from personal experience, let me tell you, just be careful and be aware that they're busy. And, you know, just like when you watch Buffalo News where they're telling you where the traffic hotspots are, well, right now here in Chautauqua County along the lake shore, the grape harvest is a busy time. So just be aware of that. Okay? Our friend Shannon Reber Sechrist sent me a little note and wanted you to know that they have something called a pop-up bookstore over at the Westfield YWCA, and that's going to be running today from 11 to 4, okay? So they've got a bunch of folks that are writing books here locally, and they are trying to promote their books, so check it out over at the Y. Let's see what else we got here. This week, in this month, we are focusing on breast cancer awareness, and I remind you that if you have a visit over to the Westfield Memorial Hospital, one of our underwriters, ask them for one of these shower cards, and this is, I'm not going to do a close-up on that, but these are little things that you can take with you, put in the shower, remind yourself how to examine yourself for breast cancer, and they do have models of the human breast there that you can check out, and it has in there implants of actually what a tumor feels like and so forth. Now remember, men also, this is for all of us, okay? We all can get breast cancer at all ages, I've been reading. So we're going to talk about that here a little bit more from another organization that's got some really important things to share with you. But before we do that, I think I'm going to go right to announcements because I want to keep things moving along today. So let's see here. I guess we're going to start with number 17, right? Okay, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and it's already been kicked off, and we're going to be talking about this more. I hope to have at least 2 individuals this month that are going to come in and share their survival success story, however you want to look at it. And I do have a person coming in next week. So it says, let's make a difference. Find the Salvation Army a News Center on Facebook. Go to the events page and let them know that you're participating. We would like you to post your photos and videos on the events page or submit them via Messenger to the Salvation Army a News Center. Don't forget to use the local hashtag CHQUnity, so like Chautauqua Unity, during the entire month of October. For more information, give a call at Project Crossroads 483-7718 or the Salvation Army at 1-800-252-8748. So again, Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And when we had Diana Butcher on here, we want to remind you that if you are in that situation, if you're experiencing things that of a violent nature in your household, in your life, or you know someone that is, please do something about it. There's people out there that'll help you. All right, this next one in slide 18, this is kind of an interesting one. This is called Parking Ticket Amnesty Program. Well, we live out in the country, so we don't get tickets for parking. At least I don't think we do. The Jamestown City Council has approved a parking ticket amnesty program benefiting school children, the elderly, and food banks. The amnesty program will run from October 1 through the end of the month. Residents with unpaid parking tickets can have late penalties waived if they bring in an unopened package of school supplies, supplies for the elderly or non-perishable boxed or canned food items. Each item brought in will waive the penalty on 1 ticket, with residents allowed to bring up to 5 items to take care of 5 penalties. Justin, you got any parking tickets? You don't have a car. All right. How about your dad? No, we shouldn't talk about that on the air. Residents must pay their tickets at City Hall. Residents can look up to see if they have unpaid parking tickets at parkingticketpayment.com/Jamestown. This is all foreign to me. Please call the clerk's office at 716-483-7612 with any questions. So that's pretty cool. So you can get your penalties waived if you bring food in or some stuff to help the elderly. Okay, let's move on. Number 19, powerful tools for caregivers. Okay. Are you a caregiver for someone with a chronic illness such as dementia, heart disease, Parkinson's disease, or stroke? Caregiving can be stressful physically, emotionally, and financially. Powerful Tools for Caregivers is a 6-week education program designed to provide you with the tools you need to take care of yourself. In this virtual class, you will learn tools and techniques that will help you to do the following: reduce stress, improve self-confidence, better communicate your feelings. Okay, to register for this, you contact Chautauqua Opportunities at 366-3335, extension 1236. Okay, again, 366-3335, extension 1236. Or you can go to New York Connects, 753-4582, 753-4582. Class sizes are limited. Okay, remember, balance your life, improve self-reliance, locate helpful resources. And this is going to start every Wednesday starting October 21 through November 25 from 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Okay? This program is supported in part by a grant through the New York State Department of Health, Chautauqua County Office for the Aging, and Chautauqua Opportunities, Inc., Alzheimer's Caregiver Support Services. Free respite care upon request and availability. Okay, we talk a lot about these things here, and you got to remember that a lot of us are in this situation. We're in a sandwich generation where we're helping our kids and we're helping some elderly parents. So get out there and get the help that you need. Okay, let's go on to number 20, Jeff. Okay, active parenting classes. All right, this is an interesting one. Join us for our upcoming active parenting classes, Teens. 3 virtual 2-hour sessions via Zoom video communications. This is going to be held October 21 and November 4. Time is 12 to 2, and it's a Zoom meeting. To sign up for our parenting classes, please call 664-3608 or email Kathleen Colby, the Director of Training Services, at kjcolby@preventworks.us. Again, the number there is 664-3608. Yeah, I always love to talk about this particular program because they have it for teens from time to time. Just think about when they're listening right now that either have teens right now or had teens, or glad you don't have teens. Active Parenting of Teens is a program that addresses our complicated day and age. Parents will receive the confidence and courage to meet the challenges and savors the joys of their children's teen years. Those words don't always go together. Some of the topics covered in this session include teens and technology. What could possibly go wrong there? The latest in teen drug use prevention. It hasn't gone away. Teen bullying, still a problem. Special step-parent considerations. How brain development affects teen behavior and decision-making. That's a big one. Improved discipline and communication. Updated teen sexuality issues. All I got to tell you, folks, is I'm glad my teens are grown up, have their own families, and they don't live in my house anymore. I love them dearly, but there were those 3 years there that, it was pretty tough, and we had 4 kids. Okay, last one. We got Chautauqua Family Caregiver Support Group of Children with Special Needs. They got a special program coming up October 22nd from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. It's going to be a Zoom meeting, and if you're interested, give them a call at 332-4170. And if you are dealing with children with special needs, this is a great opportunity for you to meet with other parents and get some tips and so forth, and you're not alone in a lot of these things. Do I have another announcement? Or?
Just a birthday wish.
We have a birthday wish. Whose birthday is it?
Jeff Zook's.
Really? How old is he?
I don't know, but it's on the 14th.
Okay. Our very own engineer, Jeff Zook, is having a birthday on October 14th. They won't tell me how old he is, but anyways, happy birthday, Jeff.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Jeff knows, though, right? Okay. All right. Enough on the announcements. Now, I've had 2 guests that have been waiting in the wings here, and they are from the Chautauqua Center. Our good friends from over there have been one of our underwriters for the past year. Happy to welcome Sarah Gilbert and Dan Courtney, and they're going to talk to us about a special event and some of the things that go on at the Chautauqua Center. So, Sarah, you said you were going to talk first, so let's go.
Hi, Doc. Thank you so much for having us again.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful to be here.
It's been a while since you've been here.
I know.
It doesn't seem like that long ago, but when I thought about it, it's probably, 9 months, 10 months?
At least.
Yeah.
I had just started at the Chautauqua Center, and now I've been there about a year and a half, so it's somewhere in there I stopped by.
So you wrote to me, and you see you got a special event coming up. So what's going on?
Yeah, well, as you know, and I know you've done a great job promoting this, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we kind of like to think when the leaves start falling, it's time to start remembering the important screenings that need to happen every year for men and women.
Absolutely.
So at the Chautauqua Center, we do a lot of different services to help the community and to help keep people to be proactive and preventative about their care. So in October, we have a couple exciting things. The big reason I'm here is to talk about our event. It's our 7th annual breast cancer awareness event, and we have kind of a funny name for it. We call it the Mammogrammies.
The Mammogrammies, there it is.
So, you know, the Grammy Awards, we try to make it sort of fun, lighthearted, and we really want to kind of reward and award our patients and the community for getting screened in October. So this year we are excited to offer the event virtually, and we weren't forced to cancel it like so many different events over the last 6 months. So it's our first try at doing a Zoom conference, and we're excited. So we're using a very user-friendly format. What people can do is they can send us an email or give us a call, and we'll send them a link to watch the event.
Okay.
It's going to stream live on October 27th. It's a Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. But we'll also have it available on our Facebook page and on our website for those that didn't catch it while we premiere the show. What we're going to be doing is we're inviting a handful of community members to do presentations. We have some prizes, some awards. We're actually handing out Grammy Awards. And we're really excited to introduce some of our new women's health providers from the Chautauqua Center to talk about clinical breast exams, the importance of getting your annual mammogram. And we also have a new member of our team. His name is Stephen Warden. He's a registered dietitian, and he's going to give a presentation about how diet can impact your chances of getting cancer. How you can eat healthy and make lifestyle changes to avoid getting cancer, and also speak on if you have had cancer or you're in treatment, what kind of diet changes and lifestyle changes you should make to be as successful as you can be during that treatment. So we're excited about that presentation. Any of you in the community that have joined us in the past at our in-person events, we also have a lot of fun stuff. So we have yoga, we have some makeup demos and lighthearted things that we hope will be entertaining. So we want people to join us for that. The other thing that we're doing in concert with the event is an initiative to get people in to get their clinical breast exams. So starting now and going through this month, we have women's health providers and general providers who can take care of you, get you your exam at the Chautauqua Center. If you don't have a provider, you can join our long list of patients and be taken care of by us. If you have a provider, now's the time to give them a call, schedule that breast exam.
Okay. And I don't know if I've ever shared this with you, but my mother was a breast cancer survivor. So we get it in our family.
Sure.
And we get after all the granddaughters and everybody else in the family to be mindful. And, you know, I've seen too often that people put it off. Oh, they felt something and, oh, it's nothing and blah, blah, blah. And then they get scared and they put it off some more. So you suspect something, get it checked out, right?
Yeah, and even if you don't suspect anything, getting checked annually, it would prevent those fears.
Right.
The guidance right now is women at the age of 20 should get a clinical breast exam at least once every 3 years, and women at the age of 40 and older should get one every year. Usually the clinical breast exam comes first, and then that provider will write a prescription for a mammogram.
Okay.
So the years and the risk factors change slightly each year as we learn more about breast cancer. So women are now being encouraged to get mammograms sooner than they ever were. Okay. And as you mentioned, men are now in the spotlight.
I've known some, yeah.
So we're going to have another person that some of you may know. His name is John Smith. He's a member of the Jamestown Breast Cancer Support Group. His partner, Pat Carr, is the president of that group. John is an advocate for men's screening, and he is a survivor.
Wow.
So he will share his story during our event, and he has been really great in the community to explain that this is shocking to me. Even though more women get breast cancer, more men die of it every year. And the reason is because they don't get that preventative screening.
Undiagnosed and things
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
So it really does affect everyone, and we're excited for the opportunity to share tips and some prizes and incentives to get everybody to get screened this October.
Okay, and I know Dan Courtney's here, and he's going to talk a little bit about the Chautauqua Center because it's a relatively new organization. And Dan, we've got some pop-up pictures as well. But good morning and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Doc. It's
Okay.
good to be here.
All right, so what are you going to share today?
Well, I just want to talk about the Chautauqua Center as a whole a little bit here. As you know, we're a community health center based out of Dunkirk and Jamestown. We offer 3 main services. That's medical, dental, and behavioral health services. And I think there's really 3 things that set us apart, and that's that we don't turn patients away. We accept all insurances, and we're always accepting new patients. And we also have an integrated care team. So that means that our providers work together to help make sure that their patients are getting the proper services that they need and making sure that they're comfortable with each of the service, working together to diagnose things. And then we also have an on-site pharmacy, which is awesome, and it's free delivery and that's discount prescriptions, co-pays. So that's all. Those 3 things set us apart from a lot of different
It's all right there.
providers. Yeah, it's all right there.
We have some
under the
pictures.
same
Let's
roof.
pop those up, Jeff, and maybe you can comment on those when they come up.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah. So
there we go. So what are we looking at here?
well, this is okay. So I want to talk about the new Dunker clinic that's opening.
Okay,
It's
is this
supposed
it or not it?
Yes, this is
Oh,
the new Dunker.
good
clinic.
timing.
Yep.
All right,
This is the
perfect.
rendering for our new Dunker clinic, which should be opening in fall of 2021. Our CEO announced on Thursday night that we're going to be breaking ground in a month for
And
this.
where's it going to be located in Dunkirk?
It's going to be on the corner of 3rd Street and Park Avenue.
Oh, okay.
So it's a pavilion right now, so we're just gonna take that down, put this up, and it's gonna be
Nice.
right next to the Save-A-Lot and everything out in Dunkirk.
Very good.
So that'll be nice because Dunkirk has right now 3 different locations. So it's gonna be nice that everything but pediatrics will be under the
Under
same
one
roof.
Excellent.
So that'll be really nice to have everything streamlined. Everything will be, kind of like they'll be working as a team, just like in Jamestown. They do as well now, but it'll be easier for everybody. And I did want to announce that we have some increased capacity for primary care in Jamestown and Dunkirk. We have a few new familiar faces coming to the area. Dr. Paul Robbins, he's originally from Jamestown, and he's working in pediatrics. He's going to be he's already started, but he's excited to get going with his pediatric
Terrific.
patients and everything. And Dr. Patrick Dennison is coming back to work with us. He's in Dunkirk, and a lot of people have used his services before, and he's excited to get helping the community as well. Because he was with us a few years ago, he's back with us now. So.
Okay, and Jeff flashed up a picture there, so maybe we'll bring that up one more time, and maybe you can tell us who we were just looking at real quick.
Oh yes, so this is our team for the mammogrammies. These are the providers that will be giving presentations during the mammogrammies.
Okay.
And this is going to be who's going to be presenting for you guys.
Okay, super.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sarah, you want to comment?
Yeah, I'd just love to share. So Yvonne Butler in the top left-hand corner, she's a family nurse practitioner. She came to us from Arkansas. And so she's going to be involved in our event. To the right is Jennifer Wilcox. She is personally my doctor. She's amazing. She's a specialist in women's health and has her doctorate in nurse practitionership. And then at the bottom is Lisa Brathwaite, who's also a women's health nurse practitioner. And in the other picture, you can see me and Alicia, who's going to be a guest with you next month. And then that's Pat Carr and John Smith from that breast cancer support group I was telling you about.
All right. So we got to wrap things up. So who's going to tell me one more time when this event is and if there's a phone number that people can contact?
Sure. So please join us October 27th from 10 to 2 for mammogrammies. You can register by giving us a call at 716-484-4334. Or if you have access to email, email Dan, dcourtney@thechautauquacenter.org, and we will send you a link and get you enrolled.
Okay. Dan, anything you want to say at the end here?
I just want to thank you again for having me on. It was fun.
All right, absolutely. Okay, folks, there you have it. That's coming up October 27th. Folks at the Chautauqua Center. We're going to do a public service announcement of a different kind, and we're going to be right back. We're going to take a little breather. Stay tuned. Here we go.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Okay, we're back. All right. This time of year in the Westfield-Mayville area, there's an event that's been taking place, I don't know, probably 30, 40, maybe even longer years. And it's called the Westfield-Mayville Rotary Gold Rush. And the president of that club, who basically succeeded me, we've been here before, haven't we? Is my good friend Janese Berkhouse. Good morning, Jan. How are you?
Fine, thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. Well, we've been promoting this Gold Rush thing, and you've got a good announcement to make on this, right?
I do. I can't believe this, but I received a call yesterday and we are sold out. This is the first time since I've been involved that we have sold out more than a week in advance. So this is great. It just shows the support we're getting from the community.
Unbelievable. So some people watching right now may not even know what the Gold Rush is. I try each week to explain it, but how about you do it? I'm sure you're going to do it a little more succinctly than me.
I'll give it a try.
All right, here we go.
This year it's going to be a virtual Gold Rush, so it'll be via Zoom, and it'll also be streamed live on our Facebook page. And it's basically a reverse draw. The first ticket drawn will win a prize, and then there'll be prizes throughout. We sold 250 is where we limited the tickets this year, 250 tickets. There are some top prizes. Top prize will be $1,000. The second prize is a 40-inch Samsung Smart TV.
That's
Easy
a lot to
say.
Trust me, there they are right there.
There it is. And third prize is $100 gift certificate. So we're really pleased to have that. We had the prizes in between from 1 to 250 are going to be gift certificates this year. We're trying something new, and we're very fortunate they've been donated to us by several local businesses in Westfield-Mayville, Sherman, Ripley, and Northeast. So,
right.
I mean,
Everywhere.
we quite a drawing. We have over 40 gift
You
certificates.
want to highlight some of them? I mean, or you can list all the donors. It's fine. Now's the time. We want to give them a shout out.
We really do, because it's been a tough time for businesses. It's a tough time for nonprofits doing fundraisers, and so we really appreciate these donations. We've had gift certificates donated by Ad Lumber, an Amazon gift card by Tracy S. Bennett CPA, Arlene's Kitchen, Barcelona Cafe, Bella Salon and Day Spa, Brazil's on Main, Calarco's Italian Restaurant, Charlie's Auto Center, Chris Knobs Repair, CJ's Pizza and Subs, Grace and Abe's, Jack's Barcelona Drive-In, Lighthouse Point Grocery, Macy's Department Store, Meter's Restaurant, the Parkview, Pinehurst Golf Club, Quagliano's Bar Grill, Ripley Hardware, Stewart's Mayville Hardware, Tops Friendly Market, Webb's, Westfield Auto Center, Westfield Dodge City, Wings and Things. And we do want to recognize South Ripley Solar Project because they have donated several of those gift certificates as well. So we really thank all those supporters.
That's an impressive list.
I could not have memorized that.
No. Well, that's why I asked you to read it, because
Yes.
I knew it was growing, but I didn't realize it was that many people.
I was having a hard time fitting them all on the poster.
Wow.
That's a problem, you know?
That makes
what
me,
a problem to
where's
have.
my heart here to hear all that? You know, and like you said, that's not just one spot. That's up and down the lakeshore, really.
It covers our whole market area.
And to Sherman and so forth, Mayville. So that's really great. So you said a reverse draw. The first ticket has a prize, and then what happens?
And then we draw like 10 more tickets, and the 10th ticket will have a prize. and we keep going until we get to the last probably 5 or 10 tickets, so we can give away all the gift certificates, and each one of those will win one of the gift certificates, up to the last 3 prizes, which is the grand prize of the $1,000, the TV, and the $100 gift certificate.
Okay, so in the past, because I've emceed this thing for
Yes, you
seems
have.
like forever, we would have envelopes full of money. I mean, you win $10, $50, whatever. So now they're going to get a gift certificate, which really is kind of cool, because a lot of times people say, "Oh, I really don't need the money," but boy, it'd be nice to have a gift certificate and go get some food, or have a gift certificate towards dinner tonight or whatever. Those are kind of neat. So how they're going to mail them out? Or?
Yes, we'll mail the tickets, gift certificates out to everyone once we finish the drawing that night. Most of the drawing will be live. We will have a few pulled in advance, but most of the drawing is going to be live.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that. So anybody can watch this. For those that have already bought their tickets, I actually have one here, and we don't need to do a Zoom on it, but there's the actual Zoom information for people to type in, and then go right to the meeting, which is just like every other Zoom meeting. They can watch the drawing, and then I'll be conducting the Facebook streaming, which is, if you like the Westfield-Mayville Rotary Club on Facebook, you can go to it, but you also will get automatic. If you go to Facebook, it'll pop up somewhere in there, and you can watch the actual event. Now, are you going to draw all the tickets? I mean, that's going to be a long time.
Well, not during that event.
Okay.
We'll have the tickets drawn in advance. Up to the last 10 tickets is the plan at this point.
All right, so we'll be announcing the winners from the first, would you say, 240 tickets drawn.
Right.
Now that's going to be done earlier in the day, I'm assuming?
Yes, it'll be done earlier that day, so we will definitely announce them. We'll have a list that'll keep popping up. And then for the grand, we want to hold off until the last minute for those last few tickets.
So we're probably looking at a live show under an hour, I'm assuming.
Oh, definitely.
So
definitely.
maybe a half hour to an hour, somewhere in there.
Right.
So there'll be a little bit of excitement there. And I know we've often built up the pressure on the giveaway where we get the last couple people. So I'm sure it's going to be kind of fun too. Now this is going to be a little different doing it virtually, because usually we have a couple hundred people in the room, and there's a lot of booing and hissing and congratulations if people win things, and when they don't win, there's and all kind of thing. So, but 250 tickets sold a week and a half. I mean, wow.
It's amazing. We're so fortunate. I think that everyone realizes what we do with the proceeds. I mean, the proceeds from this event are going to scholarships in the area. They're going to the Brockton School, Chautauqua Lake Central School, Sherman Central, and Westfield Academy Central School. That's a program we've had for years, and we want to continue. We want to be able to donate at least what we have in the past. It also supports local service projects that we do. All this money goes right back into the local organizations.
Now, as a reminder, folks, Chautauqua Lake Central also includes the Ripley School District. So it's really 5 districts, but 2 scholarships per school, right?
2 per school, yes.
Now, if I remember right, they're somewhere between, it's always a range, because depending on the year, somewhere between like 100 and 400, right? I mean, it depends on if it's a good year.
Depending on how much we raise.
Right. So when people bought a ticket, the proceeds are going to help kids. They're going to help community services. So, how long have you been involved with Rotary?
I've been in Rotary about almost 25 years now. Different Rotary clubs between Jamestown and Westfield, depending on where I was working at the time. Now retired, it'll be Westfield. And that's one of the things that drew me to Rotary, is the service that we do. Between service projects and the funds we raised are all going to really good causes.
Service projects. So would you call Rotary a service organization?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely. It's a service organization. It's an international service organization. We have 1.2 million Rotarians in the world, international.
That's quite a few.
35,000 clubs. And I looked up an interesting fact the other day. We had approximately 16 million volunteer hours last year. And, you know, that's a lot of volunteer hours. And I know from filling out information reports when I was president the last time,
I know the feeling.
you miss a lot of service hours that, you know, you're doing, you just do a best guesstimation. So I'm guessing that that's way low.
I'm going to ask you a hard question here.
Uh-oh.
You'll have an answer, but I think it's a hard question. Why do we even need service organizations these days? I mean, I'm going to do a shout out to Kiwanis and the Optimists and the Masons and the Knights of Columbus and the Order of the Eastern Star. I mean, Rotary. I mean, these are the Oddfellows. They're all kind of service, community-oriented groups. Why do they even need to exist?
The need is there. There's a need. You know, some of the things that we've done, service projects that we have done in the past year, we helped clean up a cemetery. If we hadn't done that, they're going to have, you know, these things aren't going to happen. We helped clean up the Yorker Museum in Sherman. We highway cleanup, where we walk up and down 394 Westfield Hill and pick up trash. Those are all important things. One of the projects we started last year, which I think, and we're continuing this year, is holiday cards to veterans and seniors. And I mean, we had one person actually say to us that that was the only card they got last year. If it hadn't been for that card, this person wouldn't have got a card for the holiday. And they read it over and over, is what we heard. So far, we've already started the project. We already have over 1,100 cards that we have signed. This is, your hand gets a little tired, and we'll have another work day to complete that. But yeah, that's a lot of cards.
I want to say last year it was like 1,800 cards or something. Who gets these cards? I don't know if you said that. You just said
we sent to veterans homes. We some skilled nursing facilities. We sent to Meals on Wheels last year. Any place that we can find out. We want to expand this year, so I know that we're going to more skilled facilities, assisted living facilities. We're going to try to get touch as many people as we possibly can.
When was the last time you got a handwritten letter? When was the last time, I'm talking to everybody now, when was the last time you got a birthday card, a real birthday card or a wedding anniversary card? What do we do now? We all get on our computers and we do a little blurb on Facebook or a little commentary, right? But when you get a handwritten card with a real signature, especially for somebody that might be at the VA or a nursing home, and they're not in even their hometown anymore. And I know people that are in this situation. When you get a card from home, that's something pretty special, isn't it?
It really is. And I think that this year it's probably even more important because of all the limitations we've had in visiting some of these individuals. You know, families haven't been able to really connect in months.
Since March. Yeah.
And who knows when that's going to really end. Yeah. So I really think this is even more important.
You know, you mentioned the cemetery, the Yorker Museum, and the highway. These are kind of like get down and dirty projects.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, Rotary is, you know, if you go up to the typical person on the street, they say, oh, they get together and have dinner and they have speakers and wear suits and ties and dresses. That doesn't sound like that at all.
No, not at all.
How would you describe the clubs that you know?
Because the clubs I know have really gone to more hands-on activities. Even our meetings are going to be gatherings. We're only gathering a couple of times a month now, sometimes via Zoom, sometimes in person and Zoom. We actually get right out there and do the work. I think it's good for fellowship. It's providing a service to the community. It's more than just going and having a meeting and listening to someone talk. Those days are gone. You know, we used to do some of those things, but I think we're learning that's not the way. The world's just too busy. Families are too busy. We've changed our meeting structure to not even include a dinner. We're gathering. We're doing our speaker, whatever project we're doing that night, so people can go home and have dinner with their families. So something that's really important.
People that are listening right now and watching, wherever it is in the world, because you said 35,000 clubs around the world. So I'm speaking to the world right now. As you know, I mentioned earlier, we stream live. So how does somebody find a Rotary Club? It's pretty easy, right?
It's pretty easy. If you go online and just search, what Rotary, you'll find where all the clubs are. If you're looking in a particular area, Rotary in Westfield, it'll pop up. Rotary in Jamestown, Rotary in Dunkirk, Fredonia, it'll pop up. Or Buffalo or California or wherever you happen to be.
Right.
We're in 200 countries around the world, over 200 countries around the world.
I was sitting here and I was doing little flashbacks, good ones, that when I was in Sicily, believe it or not, we went to a restaurant and I looked up and there was a Rotary plaque and it said, whatever it said in Sicilian or Italian, that the club met there at certain times and that was their home base. And this was like pretty remote, but it was a great restaurant. Then we were in the Netherlands last year and the guide was talking about their city or whatever it was. And I saw a Rotary thing there. When we were in Germany, up in the Baltic Sea, this guy there was talking about their city, and it was this little, reconstructed little miniature city, all in brass, I guess it was. And down below it said, donated by the whatever it was Rotary Club of Germany. We were down in the islands in I think it was maybe Rotan or Nicaragua or somewhere down there, and they had kids sitting at a Rotary booth that were selling certain things like, I don't know, insect spray or something silly. But I mean, but you don't realize it, but if you look around when you visit cities, Rotary is almost like everywhere. I mean, but now we said there were certain clubs in Chautauqua County. Did we say which ones they are?
I don't think we did. We have Dunkirk, Fredonia has a club.
Okay, they're together now.
They're together. Jamestown has 2 clubs. Jamestown Noon Club meets on Monday. Greater Jamestown AM Club meets on Wednesday morning. Early. Dunkirk, Fredonia is Thursday at noon. Okay. Faulkner meets early on Thursday mornings, the first and third Thursdays of the month. And the Westfield-Mayville meets the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month at 5 o'clock.
And maybe in person or maybe on Zoom, right?
Right, and we always post that on the website. On our website, we post where we're meeting and if it's Zoom or in person.
Are other clubs like Rotary doing this Zoom?
Yes, yes. It depends on the club, and if you go to their website, it'll tell you if they're meeting via Zoom and where to get the link, or if they're meeting in person.
Boy, back in February, if I had known what I know now, I would have bought all kinds of stock in Zoom.
Boy, that's for sure.
It's exploding. But I've been finding that I'm going to a lot of Zoom meetings for a lot of different organizations, and they're finding that we can still do what we need to do without leaving home. We can be more cost effective, but then there's that personal touch though, isn't there? I know there's a Rotary meeting coming up next week, and I could have gone to either in person or Zoom, and Janese and I are in the same club. I have not seen my fellow Rotarians since March. And I think, was I the last program? I think I played Irish music or something.
I believe you were.
I closed out the year.
Yes.
I was a closer. So and I stopped to see a Rotarian the other day, and I hadn't seen her since March. I dropped off those Christmas cards on Linda Dunn and JB. It was just so good to talk with them, it's hard to believe how much we miss that personal connection. Okay, so Rotary's been around for quite a while, right?
Yes, yes. 1905.
Yes.
It was started by Paul Harris.
So that's 115 years now.
Yes.
In Chicago, I think, right?
In Chicago. Our club started shortly after that, 1929. So we celebrated our 90th anniversary a year ago, and we were started by the Jamestown Club that celebrated their 100th anniversary a couple years ago, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So, and I think the Dunkirk Fredonia Club, they're probably in that same age group as ours, right? So we've long and true records. And I think most of the Rotary clubs have similar but not the same kinds of activities. I know some sell fruit, some have blood drives, some do different things. Do you have any special projects coming up this year for the Westfield-Mayville Club?
The big project we have right now is the holiday card that we're working on. So we'll be working on that. Last year we also delivered gifts to seniors from the Office of the Aging, so we'll probably be doing that. We have a couple other pending projects, once we work all the details out. We also can talk a little bit about the district grant.
Absolutely.
We can provide, work with our district where they will match us dollar for dollar for grant projects that we're working on. And we're in the process of doing that. We just did a special one with COVID-19 where we provided PPE, personal protection equipment, to Westfield Hospital and Absolute Westfield, and the district matched that grant.
Hand sanitizer too.
Hand sanitizer, yes.
Yep. Those are almost $1,000 came back to from them. When you said district, what do you mean by district?
Okay, each club, each area Rotary has a district. Ours is actually a unique district because it's international. We go into Canada and Western New York. Which is kind of a unique situation. We do have an initiative coming up, Pedal for Polio. Polio is one of the causes of Rotary.
We talked about it here the last couple of weeks.
Yep, October 24th. And this year, we had to take a little different turn this year because of being an international club. It's going to be in Niagara Falls, where part of the riders will be on the Canadian side and part of them on the U.S. side, raising funds. And that once again, we've received an offer from an individual who will match the donations that we raise for that.
Now, a few years ago, our club raised, $10,000 that was matched? And I forgot how that all works, but by the time you get the $10,000 and it's matched by another $10,000, then the Bill and Melinda Gates matches that again, times two. So now we're up to $40,000, and then you divide that into how much each dosage cost. It was thousands and thousands of vaccines, right?
Yeah, it really was. And the total, by the time we did all the matches, we were up to over $60,000 because we raised a little bit more than we had planned, which is a good thing. So yeah, it was way over 100,000 vaccines for polio. The good news is I just received an email a couple of weeks ago that polio has now been eradicated in the third world countries. We only have Afghanistan and Pakistan to go.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the political climate and things like that. But I think
we're trying.
Yeah, but I think I heard it was only like a couple hundred cases, outbreak of some sort. And I think years ago, back in the 80s, it was like 350,000 cases a year. I mention this from time to time when we talk about polio and polio plus, is that we know adults that had polio when they were kids. And not to put fear in people's hearts, but I've also read that polio stays kind of like latent in the body and can rear its head up in some people later on. So this is like a lifetime issue for people. And we've seen videos of kids and adults. It destroys the muscles and the lungs, and we used to see the people with iron lungs, and I've seen people where their limbs are just kind of all nasty, and really just your heart goes out to them. So it's really a tough disease. But down to a couple hundred cases in the whole world, that's pretty cool. And I think Rotary's been on board day one, right?
Right. Yeah, we've been promoting these vaccines and immunizations for years.
So the Pedal for Polio is going to be on the 24th, and that's a big fundraiser for all the clubs. And
we also have another event coming up.
Go ahead.
Quickly tell you about that one.
Please do.
Our area, so each district is then divided into an area.
All right, so break it down a little bit.
Our area is Chautauqua County.
Makes sense.
So the 5 clubs in Chautauqua County are doing a blood drive.
Okay.
and that will be the last week in October. Our particular club will be doing October 29th at the Lakeside Park in Mayville. Each club is will be, volunteering for one of these blood drives, because one of our causes is fighting disease. One of the Rotary causes, and this is one way that we can help.
So that's going to be a Thursday night?
Yeah, it'll be from 1 to 6
Okay.
in the afternoon.
So what do people do for that? I mean, I know they get blood, but I mean, is it a walk-in type thing, or?
They call and set up appointments for that.
Well, how's that working with COVID? Do you know? I mean, they got to wear masks and
They have to wear masks. They're going to go through all the health questions.
temperature
Will be
check.
temperature check, all the questions that you get asked every place you go. And then we'll be there to help. Our role will be taking temperatures, registering, and providing refreshments. So I can handle that.
Yeah, I could do Justin here. Take your temperature. And this is in affiliation with whom?
American Red Cross.
Okay, because people
Yeah.
ask that question.
Yep.
Because there's a couple different organizations that do blood drives. All right, so that's, what was it? October
October
29th. All right. All right.
They can go on the website, the American Red Cross website too, and see where our events are, where we'll be sponsoring those.
Excellent. All right. People listening, watching from around the world, wherever, here in Chautauqua County, if they want to become a Rotarian or check it out, I mean, sometimes Rotary sounds a little foreign to people, or all these other organizations. How does somebody kind of like tiptoe into this or get started?
Well, we've made that pretty easy now.
Okay.
All you have to do is give us a call, send us an email, visit one of our meetings, which are posted on the website, and we'd be glad to share what Rotary is, what a particular club is doing, share what membership is. It's very rewarding. It's a real, it's so rewarding when you look at the good that Rotary is doing.
So
it's worth your time.
You get done with the project, you say, we did good here today.
We did, that's right.
Okay. You said you've been in Rotary for some time. What's the first good project or event that you worked on that left you feeling like, that was really good? Because I'm going to share one with you that I did.
Oh, the first one that I did?
That pops in your mind.
Well, I guess the first thing that I did when I joined Rotary, it was in the Jamestown Club, and we were still doing the Travelogue series. And I think it provided an opportunity for, I was co-chairing with Sam Palladino at the time. It gave you an opportunity to come and travel virtually. And I think that just provided a social event, an event that you could travel anywhere in the world. So that was probably the first thing that I did.
Okay. The one that sticks out in my mind, and if anybody's watching, it was part of this event. We got a call. Dave Travis, I think, headed this project up, and you might recall it. I don't know if you were still with us because you were bouncing between clubs. But we got a call that there was a young lad that had got hurt in an accident, and the parents were kind of limited in funds and needed a hand up. So I think there was about 6 or 7 of us showed up at their house one day. Imagine that. And he was trying to insulate and fix the house up so that it was handicap accessible, because the young boy was in a wheelchair. And I remember we were putting up drywall and cutting wood and doing all kinds of things. And they just kind of were like, the mouths just dropped. They were almost to tears. It wasn't an extreme home makeover or anything like that. But I mean, we you said 16 million volunteer hours or whatever that number was. I mean, you figure there was 6 or 7 of us, whatever it was, and we worked there probably 6 or 8 hours that day. I mean, that was a lot of people, time, and energy that we were able to invest in that family and help them out, because they were really hard down on their luck. We worked on the Boy Scout camp, and we've done a lot of work out there and stuff like that. And and you already alluded, you said you worked with Sam Palladino, is when you're working together, that's kind of a fun time too.
It is. I mean, I was new to the area, and it was a great way to get to meet new people. And we had a really good time. That was a friendship that lasted for years and years.
Yeah. Many of my great acquaintances are in Rotary. I said fun. Is there fun in Rotary? I mean, again, there's always this concept of the old, we've heard this saying that Rotary is a bunch of old fat white men smoking cigars. Nobody smokes cigars that I know of, and they're, well, we might be fat and old, but, but it's really not that.
It really isn't. I mean, it really is a lot of fun, and it's whether we're at a meeting, a gathering, like you say, we missed the camaraderie of being together, and those are friendships that you really develop. And you mentioned the Boy Scout camp, putting up those tents. Even though that night my hand was still shaking from that screw gun that I was using, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was
something
a great
totally different,
time.
outside of your comfort zone sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It definitely, that was outside of my comfort zone, but it was fun.
Your husband Tom and I worked on, and a couple other folks, on the pavilion over at the Children's Safety Village, and I will always remember Tom and me up on the roof.
Yep. It was hot that day,
It was
if
a
I
very
remember.
hot day. but there's work to be done, and for whatever reason, there aren't enough bodies out there to get the work done, or there's not enough dollars.
Right.
So, okay. You mentioned that one of the things that Rotary focuses on, and I think you said something about health. Are there other areas that Rotary is involved with?
Yes.
See how I'm leading you? Isn't this a great interview?
This is great. This is great. Rotary does have certain causes that they really focus on. Promoting peace is one of them. Fighting disease, so health. Providing clean water. Saving mothers and children. Supporting education and growing local economies. And when I look at the list, it's a list where I think we've hit locally and internationally. We've hit every one of those. We helped put a new well for clean water in Niger. We actually had 2 Rotarians go there
Sue Hammond and Jim
see
Wakeman,
it. Yes, and that was great. We've actually the Polio Plus campaign where we raised all those significant dollars. We provided a book for every kindergarten child a couple of years ago that was
literacy?
their book, so that provided literacy. We worked a few years ago with the YWCA in Westfield in their STEM program with a scholarship for that. That hit several areas.
Right.
It wasn't just one area. We could, several of the projects hit all the
and
areas.
then I mentioned earlier women's health. We did the mammogram outreach with the shower cards and the models of the human breast.
Right.
So Rotary's been doing a lot of work, and that's just our club, right?
Right.
And
I think we do things and we don't even remember we did them. When I sat down to do a list, it's like, well, what have we done? And then I started making my list, and it's like, we really have done a few things, quite a few things.
Janese, I know it seems hard to believe, but we're down to 50 seconds. So what
That
would
was
you?
fast.
Oh, I told you. What would you like to tell folks about the Westfield-Mayville Rotary, or anything in Rotary in general?
Rotary is a very rewarding organization. We do a lot of good for the local communities, the international communities. I would encourage anyone interested, give us a call, come join us at a meeting. I think you'll find it as rewarding as I do.
Phone number, they can call my home number that I've set up. It's 736-4255. It's still on there. It still says contact for a Rotary. Any other number?
You can contact my number too, which is 716-397-8801, and I put that on the other website.
And you can go to the Facebook page for the Westfield-Mayville Rotary Club and find out information. Janese, thanks for joining us once again, and good luck on the Gold Rush this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Folks, that's a wrap for another Saturday morning. We've covered a lot of territory here, and I hope you do get out and enjoy the great weather. And also, as you're checking out all the local colors, and go to the various little mom and pop shops and wear your mask. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you all right here on Chautauqua Sunrise next week. Bye-bye now. There.